All right, guys, let's get straight into this recap. I'm going to go over my bias, how I came into market, what I was looking for in the trade that I actually ended up taking. I ended up passing 2 of my Tradeify accounts, and then all the other accounts got stopped at break even. Hindsight should have took some partials, but that's hindsight. So going into the market, I saw, as I wrote to y'all this morning told y'all on my TikTok, you had this low resistant lows here, and I saw these get taken out, and then it swept a 15-minute low right here, right? And I saw this, and I was like, okay, this is a good amount of orders accumulated and liquidity taken out to then go higher. So I went down to the 1 minute, and I know this seems a little crazy to front run this 5-minute gap, but we had what I like to call a 5-minute look. So like we came up, and look how many, like if we were going to dump further, and this is what made this trade better to me, this gap here, when we tapped into it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, basically 5 times, and we failed to take this low. In my mind, this is now a protected low, and we're not going to take this out, and we're going to go higher, right? And on ES, when did it break? Right there. So after we got this candle here, mink work, I entered longs here. I got filled here off the break of structure. And then also I saw it like we got a lot of volume, break of structure, and I thought this was going to get inverse, so I entered. But it did end up getting inverse later. But TPs, places I was watching out for was here, 830 high, and then all-time highs. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I had my only TP up here. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was absolutely riding this out. Let me just go to full screen here. I was absolutely wanting to just hold this to the moon. I saw this displacement. We absolutely destroyed this 5-minute gap. We ran this. But honestly, after the double take and then break, I probably should have closed right here. And like hindsight, obviously, I wish I took partials and TPs. But I just saw no way we were this far up and we were just going to absolutely just dump to the moon. Like I saw that we already took, all this liquidity to then go higher and take out all-time highs. And it just seemed right. I moved my stops. The only reason I actually moved my stops to break even was at 10 o'clock when the new Fed chairman started speaking today. But should have definitely took partials here and then had final TP here, and I would have been stopped out with some profit. But guys, that's hindsight trading. I was willing to hold all the way up to here. It was an absolute banger, but in reality, I should have just had TP there, and that would have been a massive, look how much I was already up. It would have been, my stops were here. It would have been a 2.5, and I held for a 3. But, that's trading. That's part of the game. I was willing to hold. It's kind of part of the game, I guess. But the reason I was willing to take this trade is overall, we're extremely bullish. Like when you're at all-time highs, what you look for when you're at all-time highs is basically, which is normally how this plays out, but it didn't today, is when you are at all-time highs, you wait till it chops below. Let me redo that. You wait till it kind of chops at all-time highs, maybe come up a little bit, and you get this low resistance liquidity, and then you could target this, or wait till this gets taken out to then see reversals back to all-time highs. And then normally once it does that, then it probably chops a little bit and then retakes this, and then bang, target this, and then back up higher. That's just kind of how it moves. So today we had that low resistance, price came down, swept that, And then we had inversions up. I want all-time highs, but instead it just took news highs and then went lower. Part of the game, part of the system. I was up a ton, but that's fine. Let me cover the screen real quick. I want to show y'all something. So I'm just going to cover my face. So we are now, let me log in here. But we are max allocated because I had my Tradeify accounts to where on the trade copy, let me pull it, because these two I didn't get a dub yesterday because it was literally $1 away, but today it moved up enough in profit to then close these. So I have all 5 now, so now I'm going to go for the 5 payouts and try to get out. Issue is these accounts actually have trailing drawdown, so now I'm slightly in drawdown on these 3, which is unfortunate, but hopefully, you know, we can win tomorrow pretty easily, start building back up that buffer and just get that buffer completed and then start rinsing them. But yeah, guys, this is the exact trade I took. The reason I took it, we swept out low resistance and 15-minute liquidity. And on the 1 hour, we were in equilibrium of this range. As you can see there. So we had equilibrium, sweep of liquidity, 1 minute inversion. I was plenty with it. You could have waited for the 5 minute and took this trade, but I would have my stops here then. And that would have been still a solid trade if you closed here. I wouldn't have personally liked this trade purely because of this high, but then again, you know, I held for some absolute bangers. But yeah, guys, this is the trade I ended up taking. Oh, shoot. Got my face was covering part of that, but yeah, I was saying the other trade could have been above this 5 minute here. Like once the 5 minute inverse this. Well, the 5 minute inverse until all the way up here, so never mind. And I honestly thought, y'all, that we were literally going to pull into this 5 minute gap here and then go higher, if even this 5 minute right here. So I wouldn't have liked shorts anyways because of this, seeing if it respected this, and I actually broke structure and then instantly. But yeah, that's the trade we took. Not a dub, but not a loss. The only issue is kind of like the drawdown with the Tradeify, like I was telling you about, but hopefully we can cover from that and win that back. But yeah, guys, this is the trade I ended up taking. We had equilibrium, low resistance liquidity on top of 15-minute liquidity being swept out. And yeah, inversions towards the data highs. I love targeting data highs. And yeah, we got rinsed, but it wasn't a loss. So we didn't lose any money, but we didn't make any money. So we'll go from here. Still waiting on Apex to get me back with those live accounts and hit me up. And then also, guys, in the future, I am creating a Discord. But how it would work is I would have executions turned off. Like, I would go through the daily bias with y'all 30 minutes before market open and, like, just talk to y'all, and y'all can ask me questions and stuff. But, like, once it's game time, I'm going to lock in a little bit and probably won't be as responsive to questions, kind of just, like, watching market and kind of telling y'all how I'm feeling. Then also, like, in a scenario like this, like, y'all would see, like, my markouts and stuff. But, like, I would be like this. Like, I would, like, mark out this high or something. And just be, like, watching, maybe enter. But, like, you wouldn't see that I entered. I would try to make it to where y'all don't see. I mean, if you know my strategy, you're probably gonna know. The reason I wouldn't want y'all to, like, always see my entries or, like, where my stop loss and stuff is, like, it'll be obvious. Like, I'll have, like, marks here and stuff. Like, if you know, you know. But the reason I wouldn't want it to be like, hey guys, I'm entering, is because I don't want people just sitting in the Discord signal botting the entire time. You're not going to become profitable like that. What I actually want is you to watch, learn how I think, and learn, like, the model that I trade, and kind of, like, understand what I need to see to then qualify trade being good, and kind of just, like, you know, build your own little model inside of the model that I give you, and kind of, like, take the information that I give and the way I, like, analyze market to then help you in your trading And then ideally at some point, but ideally at some point, you don't have to watch my videos no more. You can cancel your subscription to my Discord and then trade all alone by yourself and make bankroll and don't even worry about my videos. That's, the true goal. Because I want y'all to be able to do this by yourself. But like after market session, like after I either get stopped out or take profit, then I'd be like, all right, guys, this is the trade I took. Entered here, stops down here, targets, let's just say here or something like that. Or like here, and I'm like, all right, guys, we got break even stopped. End up making no money today. Hopefully y'all took profits up here. This is the trade I took. This is why I took it. This is my analysis. Y'all have any questions, send me your trades, and I'll go over your trades as well for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending. And then I'm probably going to go to the gym, go make food, go about my day. And then y'all as students in the Discord as well can, help each other out and backtest together and just put in more work in the back end, and then also just send in your trades, and then maybe I check them at a certain time at night, maybe reply to a couple of y'all's trades and give y'all like thumbs up, thumbs down, like what's your reasoning. Like I want y'all to be able to provide reasoning for every trade you take and kind of just go from there and really try to make y'all into your own profitable day traders. And it's kind of more like student and education, but it's like way more low. It's going to be way more low entry than what most people charge, because most people I'm going to provide as much information as if it was a one-on-one mentorship in a sense, because like most one-on-one mentorships still are group calls. It's never really like one-on-one, if I'm going to be honest, because especially the way I'm going to do it, it probably won't be one-on-one, but like I will try my hardest to respond to your questions. But like if you're asking 15, 20, 30, 40 questions a day, be honest, am I going to be able to respond to 100 plus people asking 40 questions a day? No. So, but what you can do is learn from other people's trades that I do respond to and see how I respond to their trades to then learn off that as well. But I would spend about at least 4 hours a day with y'all, counting pre-market, post-market, and then maybe later in the afternoon. And then on the weekends would be just like purely y'all can send me trades for like 2 hours in the morning or something. But that would be kind of how it works if you're interested. It's going to be a little bit until I drop that. I want to make sure that I can actually provide something of value and make sure that, as my skill develops and stuff, that I can actually be a great teacher to y'all. And I'm kind of practicing that right now with my friend who I'm teaching to day trade. He started his first funding account today and he actually took a dub today. He actually took profits at this high here, so he actually had a dub of a day. I think he entered off the same, this break of structure, I believe. I think this was his trade right here. Something like this, which is a huge dub to see. Proud of him for that. So yeah, just gonna go from there. I'll let y'all know. Of course, you will know if and when I decide to do that, or most likely when I decide to do that. But just know that it will be a lot cheaper, but it will be a monthly subscription, and I think it's gonna 100,000,000% be worth it. I think having someone to learn from is a great, you don't get better than that. I paid money to learn, and best decision I've ever made, and now it makes me a ton of money. So I just want to give back and help others who are in the same situation as I used to be get to where I am right now. But yeah, guys, gonna call that there. My throat's getting a little sore. Hope I'm not getting sick. Hopefully, I'm not trying to be sick right now, but crazy to me that we did not want to take these all-time highs up here. But that's part of the day, part of trading. Y'all keep trading well, keep trading good, and I'll see y'all next time.